married to an entrepreneur is hard work, but it's worth it when it works.
You got your hands full every day like I do. You got kids, you got a marriage that you're trying to work, a business that you're trying to make work.
And finding time for the kids and keeping it spontaneous. Boy, that was good last night.
Oh, shut up. Nobody teaches you how to manage a business or manage a relationship or marriage. Everybody's just trying to do the best that they can. The purpose of the show is to give you some tools on how to make the marriage and the business work. We don't do it perfect, but we're figuring it out. Hello and welcome to the G&E show. Today you've just got your E. You have to love the Elena. This is what I tell Grant all the time. You have to love the Elena. The G&E show every Wednesday, Grant and I, sometimes just me, sometimes just him, bring it to you about the business of relationships, how to have it all, how to have a successful business life, how to have a successful marriage life with kids and so many balls juggling in the air. How do you get it all done? We've been married for going on 13 years. And, we're not perfect. We're figuring it out. But I have to say, I think we've done a damn good job, if I do say so myself. Couple things to tell y'all about. The 10X Growth Con. If you haven't already bought your tickets to the 10X Growth Con in March here in Miami at the Diplomat, check out the website 10xgrowthcon.com. I'll get back to that later. Today, I wanted to talk about New Year's resolutions. Do you make New Year's resolutions? What is a New Year's resolution? Robert, do you know what a New Year's resolution is?
Yes, I do.
What is it?
Something that you're going to devote your time and energy to, what you want to accomplish, a goal.
Right. So it's an improvement of yourself. Do you know where it came from?
I don't know where it came from.
Do you want
Please
to know?
enlighten me.
Do you
Please
wanna
enlighten
know?
me on that. I should know.
Now, this is like a tidbit, just a silly tidbit, because I researched this. I really wanted to know where this whole thing came from, because Grant lives his life mostly every single day, like
Release.
with such a mindset of being in the future and always trying to improve. But for some people, like myself, we do set New Year's resolutions and goals. So where did it come from? It came from the Roman god Janus. I don't know if I'm saying it right. From like 153 BC, Roman god who had two faces, one looking in the past and one looking in the future. So the past, the idea was the people would bring gifts to the god to have mercy on them about going forward. So they would try to improve themselves or make themselves feel better, basically out of fear, and go forward like, I'm going to be a better person. But we've kind of evolved since then. Anyway, that was just a mindless tidbit. But most people are really looking at their lives at the end of the year and their achievements or their failures and what they're going to do to improve. And I do that. I'm no exception. I'm always looking to make myself better throughout the entire year. But now I like to put it out on paper. I like to map it out. And then every year I like to look at it and see, well, where did I really flourish in that area, or where did I, fall a little short, and how can I improve? And it's just something I like to do. I like to look at it monthly. Grant and I have like weekly goals, but I also like to have my personal achievement kind of things to keep myself on course. So this year, I decided to make my New Year's resolution about pushing myself to greatness. Don't you love that? Pushing yourself to greatness. Like, rather than saying, like, I feel like a lot of people do New Year's resolutions, like, I'm going to go to, and they get really ambitious too. Like, I'm going to go to the gym 7 days a week, even though they've never been to the gym at all last year. Like, they set unrealistic targets, So rather than setting these unrealistic targets, I just pick a theme, like push myself to greatness. And then I can break down every category. And so how I've done that is I break it down to myself first, like self. Okay, how can I push myself to greatness? Like whether it's the gym, or how can I push myself out of the comfort zone, and why? What would be the purpose of that? Like for the last year and a half, I've been working towards this enormous project that I wanted for Grant and I. And even though for a year and a half there was really nothing to do on the thing except just let time roll for this particular thing. It needed time to mature, to develop. But I knew that once this moment in time were to come, I wanted to be mentally prepared. I wanted to be able to be in the situation in front of this person and say exactly what I feel without being scared, without being worried about losing something or gaining something, or I just wanted to be the best person that I could be in that moment for when the opportunity arises. So, I mean, I did things that broke me out of my comfort zone last year, like doing silks, shooting, working out at the gym. Who likes working out at the gym? Oh my God, but you do it anyway, right? And then the second, how many seconds do we have?
We have 1 minute.
1 minute. Then I break it down to husband and children. Like, how do I want to achieve greatness with husbands, children, others, the things, like your possessions. Like, what's the condition of your car? Like, is it filthy? Does it have a ding? How does it make you feel? What is your condition of your refrigerator, your house, your room? Like, how do you feel in that environment? Do you want to improve that? You know? So I write all these things down. How do I want to be like with my pets or animals or the planet or mankind? Like, write down spirituality. Like, one of the biggest things for me is like, or other people I know that have an interest in their religion or God, like how can you grow that relationship? How, you know, so I write all these things down. I map it out, how I'm going to do for the new year. And one of the most important things for me is like, you got to get your mind right. Like if you're going to move forward into a situation where you want to achieve greatness, like I can't go about it already thinking the same way. So how do you get your mind right? This is the question. We'll be right back. You're watching the G&E Show, New Year's Resolutions.
Do you love Instagram? Are you looking to grow your following organically? Let the experts at Digital CEOs with a combined following of over 3 million people grow your followers organically. No bots, no fake accounts, genuine people, real conversations, and go from 0 to 100,000 followers in less than 9 months. For more information, visit digitalceos.co/Cardone. That's digitalceos.co/Cardone. Right now. Looking for digital cash flow, other streams of income, and you know how important multiple streams of income are. Have you ever thought about making money online with zero money to start with? Let the expert Coach Gianni help you do this. From Amazon sales to banner advertising, monetizing your website effectively so every click makes you money. Build an online brand that sells and make money off of your website starting right now. Coach Gianni offers comprehensive, simple coaching of how to make money online, how to monetize your website, and come out on top in an arena where everybody's trying to get positioned. Go to CoachGianni.com/cashflow. That's CoachGianni.com/cashflow to get started with making money online. Too many people are being kept from their dreams by circumstances they couldn't control and mistakes from a long time ago. All they needed was a second chance or a fresh start. That's why Cash Now was created. Since 1997, Ray Abood, owner of Cash Now, has been the premier expert in home renovation and resale in the York tri-state area. Dedicated to premier customer service, getting the best deals at the lowest price, this is the only expert company you should deal with when it comes to buying and selling a home. Offering a 5-step home buying process, Ray and his team will ensure your needs are covered and get you closer to your dreams of buying a home in any city across the United States. To find out more on how you can get started on owning or selling a home, visit cashnowpa.com. That's cashnowpa.com to get started. Too many people are being... Anything can happen. Disasters, losses, unexpected things that are not part of your business plan. And when it does, the next step is to figure out how to get back to business as fast as possible. That's where Pride Public Adjuster steps in to properly manage your insurance claim, create a strategic recovery plan, and get you everything you are entitled to from your insurance company. Our experts ensure that your insurance company will restore you to pre-loss condition or better. Since Pride works strictly on contingency, there is no risk and we don't get paid until you get paid. We are the only public adjusting firm licensed in every state in the United States, utilizing our own in-house team of insurance professionals. We work exclusively for you, the policyholder, not the insurance company. Contact us today to receive a free claim review at prideadjusters.com. That's prideadjusters.com. Settle for everything with Pride. That's prideadjusters.com. Do you in life. Instagram? Are you looking to grow your following organically? Let the experts at Digital CEOs with a combined following of over 3 million people grow your followers organically. No bots, no fake accounts, genuine people, real conversations, and go from 0 to 100,000 followers in less than 9 months. For more information, visit digitalceos.co/Cardone. That's digitalceos.co/Cardone right now.
Hello, you're watching the G&E show today on my GCTV. We love you guys so much. Today we're talking about New Year's resolutions. Do you make them? How do you keep them? So in the little first segment I was talking about, I make out a map of all the little areas that I want to achieve and set goals for myself, but I title it under that I want to push for greatness this year. So that's going to be my theme this year, push for greatness. So every time, I don't have to say I'm going to go to the gym 7 days. Every time I know I need to be working out 5 days a week, doing something, or 4 days or 3 days, it doesn't matter. But whatever my target is, I should ask myself on those days when I really don't want to do it, am I pushing for greatness? No. Yes. And use that to propel me. Yes, I have to, and see where I go and how the expansion grows. I was talking to Robert on the break, and Robert was like, I asked him, what came to the point of when you finally decided you had to change your life? And when did the mindset come into, I'm unsatisfied and I want to go to satisfied? And if that's you out there, you're unsatisfied and want to move to satisfied, it's about your thinking, right? Like, there was a time where I sort of waited for things to happen. Like, I didn't go to self-improvement classes or read books or study what the greats or successful people did. I just kind of thought I needed money in order to do all those things. So I waited, and then things would just not really happen. But once I could finally get my hands wrapped around, you know what, I'm going to take small steps. Like, if I don't want to work out, I'm going to work out anyway. If I don't think I can afford the conference, I'm going to do the conference anyway. Anything, I'm going to devote my money and resources into anything that's going to be an asset and a benefit to me. So we're talking about getting your mind right. And I just made a couple of notes between rich people versus average people and the way they think. One thing is the being, be, I think one of the most misconceptions out there is that people really think once I'm a fill in the blank, once I'm a doctor, once I'm a lawyer, once I'm a what? For me, it was once I'm an actress, once I win an Oscar, then I can have this, or then I could stand up to this person, or then I could be bold enough to say to this producer, blah, 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 or have this idea or that. But it's completely the opposite. It's like, map out who you want to be in every department of your life, with yourself, with your husband, with your family, with your kids, with your community. Map it out. And then, who is that person? Who does that person have to be? And then assume that position, assume that beingness, and then do the actions of what it would take to become that person. For me, I'm trying to stretch myself in every area of my life, because I know what Grant and I are up to this year is going to be the biggest year of all of our years combined. So I want to be mentally prepared. I want to be able to go with the flow. I want to be able to be calm during stressful moments. I want to be on the same page even when little stuff bothers me, like dishes or toothbrushes, or the little stuff that distracts you from the big picture. But as long as I stretch myself and I grow, these little things don't matter, and I can put it in perspective and be like a warrior and build this empire that I want to build. So, rich versus average. I just wrote a couple things down here. Money. Rich people think money is a duty. Success is your duty. They feel like it's an obligation or responsibility. I heard that somewhere before. But it's true. If you really look and observe and follow rich, wealthy people, they believe that richness is like a responsibility to themselves, their family, their community. And average people think money's the root of all evil, and they think everyone that's had money has gotten it through distrust, honesty, stabbing people in the back. all these like made up ideas to keep them from having money. You're never going to have money if this is the idea. Like who would want money if they would think that that meant that they were going to be an evil person? Like you would just stop yourself from that because people want to be good people. So that's one of the things, like in like trying to flip your mindset. Action. Rich people take action all the time. They use every single problem as a way to solve a problem or a solution. They don't get stuck or stopped. Where average people are always waiting for success. They're waiting for their boss to give them a raise. They're waiting for, they're waiting for life to, they're waiting to win the lottery. That's what it is. They're waiting to win the lottery. They're waiting for them to be plucked out saying, you're the chosen one, rather than creating their success. They wait for it. They don't know how to move time, create time, make space, make money, control money. They just like are a victim of it all. You know those type of people? Education. Rich people are carnivorous with knowledge. They're studying all the greats. They're studying their field, their area. They're looking how they can get the advantage, how they can improve themselves. What's the angle? How can they set themselves aside from greatness, from the people that are just average, like how to improve themselves to their clients and make themselves more valuable. Rich versus, what about this one? Rich people look at themselves in the future and how they can become their better selves, where poor people think the best is behind them. Back in high school when I was the football champion, or a few years ago when I was in this job, I had, this greatness. You know what I mean? Like the rich person, Grant, is always looking at, his future self and capabilities and potentials, and the average person, you hear them, especially when they failed, they think their greatest times was when they were the shooting champion or the, real estate award person of the year. So, and logically, this is about money. The rich person looks at money logically, like how can it work to improve themselves? Whereas the poorer person looks at money then and spends it wastefully. Like Grant could have like any car he wants and could have numerous cars and suits and whatnot, but he doesn't, because that, like, to him, he can't violate his own formula on money. Whereas I feel like some people, they come into money and they're buying the Ferraris, the watches, the $3,000 suits. Grant buys pretty much everything on sale. Like, that's just, he doesn't violate his formulas. So people could look at Grant and think he's cheap, but how can you say, he's cheap when he owns his own plane? You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't make sense. Or he lives in a $10, $12 million condo and we have a Rolls. And so you think, how does this make sense? But actually the plane is a service. This services his office. He can get anywhere at any point in front of anyone to make a business deal. This is actually buying time. So he uses his resources logically to benefit him in the future. Okay, we're taking a break. We're going to come back. I'm going to take some callers, and then we're going to figure out how we can make this stick for the new year.
Franchising is a lucrative way to make money. Take your business and allow others to manage it for you while still maintaining control. Take what you have worked hard for and expand it, not just in your local community, but across the United States. Franchising is not just business growth, it's expansion, and we're the experts. We at Transworld Business Advisors want you to give us a call right now, 757-821-3002. That's 757-821-3002 to let us help you expand your business, make more money, and get the life that you deserve. In your neighborhood with a lasting impression, a professional landscape can deliver that and more. And the man to bring it to you is Steve Griggs, awarded the National Best of Hows in Client Satisfaction in 2016 with clients such as Dr. Oz and the Palisades Center Mall in West Nyack. Steve Griggs is New York's best landscape designer. This isn't landscape design, this is lifestyle design. For more information, visit stevegriggsdesign.com. That's stevegriggsdesign.com. There is only one thing that ensures the future of your business: communication. Information, business deals, new prospects, client management only functions with a strong communication platform. And that's our goal at Mango Voice, to deliver quality customer interaction with the best business phone system on the planet. Connect your office with Mango Voice and enjoy mobility of taking calls from your cell phone, multiple office setup, no maintenance fees, secure cloud-based service. Mango Voice ensures your business future with perfect communication. Sign up right now for a free consultation at mangovoice.com/sign up. That's mangovoice.com/sign up. TrueStim is hiring. We are seeking motivated sales reps in the United States and Canada to work in the growing, lucrative market of drug-free solutions for effective pain relief and muscle performance training. Do it while having fun and, most importantly, improving the quality of life for your customers. TrueStim offers aggressive pay plans, company incentive trips, and a fast opportunity for growth and advancement within the company. TrueStim trains its people on the #1 sales training platform in the world, Cardone University. The best knowledge for sales combined together with the best marketing systems, culture, and support in the industry. Visit truestim.com/careers. That's truestim.com/careers and get started right now. TrueStim is hiring.
Better. Hey! We are back. You're watching the G&E show. So great to have you. Talking about New Year's resolutions. And do you have them? Do you put them into practice? Do they sizzle away after month one? Why are they sizzling away? How can you make them more sustainable? And I said this, rather than setting goals like I'm going to work out 7 days a week, or I'm going to do this one thing, make an overall banner theme of your life. I'm a big theme person. So this year my theme is pushing myself to greatness. So I'm using that to motivate myself with everything, with my personal life and my health, with my family. How can I push myself to greatness with my husband, with my kids? How can I create a happier environment where we have adventures and we're building memories that will last for our life? That's my responsibility. That's what I'm going to do this year. I want to chart out moments for us to share and make sure the family gets that done. That's my role. How can I be a better friend? Okay? How can I be a better friend? Doesn't mean I want to dedicate time to talking to my friends on the phone. I'm not a phone person. If you need that kind of a friend, I'm not your friend. How can I be a better friend? I'm continuing shooting. I carry concealed. If something happens and we're in a situation, hopefully you can count on me to do the right thing to protect you and your family. That's how I can be a better friend. How else can I be a better friend? I want to take CPR classes and first aid classes this year. Because if I'm at a party and your kid's choking on a candy or drowns in a swimming pool and everyone's standing around going, what? I hope you can count on me to be your friend to jump into action and frickin', choke out your kid or pump him and get him breathing again, Hopefully that'll never happen. But if it does, that's the friend you have in me. I might not be the best at returning texts the moment you send them, or, hey, shoot the talk. I'm not good at that. But that's how I can become a better friend. How do you make it stick? You make it stick by getting yourself in the habit of doing things that you don't want to do when you don't want to do them. Like, just note to yourself, I'm making an excuse, do it anyway. The more you train your mind and expand your mind, it becomes a habit. It becomes easier and you become a bigger person, and you shock yourself because more opportunities arise and you know how to see them, seek them, and go for greatness. I want to take Mike from Chicago. I want to hear how Mike does this New Year's thing. Do you do it like I do, Mike?
I don't know that. I don't know that quite exactly, but I am totally against the idea of New Year's resolutions.
So is Grant. Why are you against it? You think it should be all year?
No, I think that if an activity or behavior is really valuable to you, then you don't need a New Year's resolution. We all live by a set of priorities. So whenever we're actively pursuing things that we really find important, our lives just take off like rockets.
Yeah, so you do this all year long? Do you ever go into a lull?
Sometimes I do. I mean, it's a part of life to me. But I mean, I just, knowing what I know now, I just know that New Year's resolutions are futile.
Yeah. I know what you're saying, because so many people have had failures. Don't you agree? Like a New Year's resolution, how many times have you set a goal and then a month later, like the gym? I mean, I think that's the biggest one that people set.
It is.
And then they quit a month later, And so people have a failed purpose on these New Year's resolutions and think they're ridiculous.
Right. Yeah. I mean, yeah. But I mean, the way I see it is that they haven't linked, physical fitness and getting in shape to what is mostly important to them.
That's right. I think you're right. Part of the New Year's resolution is what is the problem a person's trying to solve. If you can figure out what the problem is that the person's trying to solve, I think they can kind of figure out what they need to do or who they need to become in order to achieve it. Right?
Exactly.
Yeah. Thank you so much for calling in. Is it freezing in Chicago?
Not quite. About normal for December
Chicago.
day.
10 below, yeah. All right, thank you so much for calling in. So Mike is like not a New Year's resolution person, which I understand that, Some people, it might be birthdays. For Robert, it was his birthday that really got him to look at his life. Sometimes it's after a breakup. It doesn't have to be New Year's. It's that one time in your life where you're like, you've had it and you want better and you want to achieve it. Like, what do you do in that moment and how do you keep it? It's consistency. How do you keep yourself there? How do you make yourself motivated every single day instead of waiting for it to just happen? Carter, what's up, Carter?
Hi, how you doing?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. I wanted to tell you that I believe that New Year's resolutions are pretty good. They're a pretty good thing. It forces them to point what they can achieve for at least this year.
Carter,
And,
are you in a good location? You're kind of cracking up. I'm going to try to hear you one more time. Say it again.
oh, sorry.
That's okay.
I said that New Year's resolutions are a good thing.
Or a good thing. Yeah, I do too.
I think it's a good thing because it forces people to pinpoint what they want to achieve, or at least the short term.
Yeah. You know what? I agree with you, Carter. Thank you for calling in. Carter's saying New Year's resolutions are a good thing. And I believe they are too. And I believe it could be any time in your life. I mean, it doesn't have to be New Year's, but since it is a tradition and it's on most people's mind, why not actually take the time to map out who you want to be, what you want to achieve, and don't wait until you have all those things in order to be the person. Write it out so you see it in the physical universe. And then say, who do I have to be? And be that person. Just practice being it, even though it feels uncomfortable. It doesn't feel right, even though you feel like a phony. If my mom wants to be less timid, she's going to have to practice that today. She's going to have to practice being an outgoing person. Maybe she practices by saying hello to a stranger, hi, making friends with someone at the grocery store. I mean, I don't know what she would have to do, but it's not waiting for her to all of a sudden become this outgoing person in order to tell people hi. She has to be it and expand herself, grow now, be it now. Like, how do you be it now? Like, if I want to be, the emperor of $1 billion empire, what Grant and I are going for, how do I be that right now? I have to, in my mind, what that takes is an extraordinary person. I want to make an impact on millions, if not billions. Grant thinks in the terms of 7 billion people. But how would I have to be to those people if I want to make a difference for the better? I have to be the greatest person. I have to inspire people every single day. I would want some person to say, wow, Elena ran today. Elena was a great wife. Elena was a great mother. Wow, she made a difference to me. When I crossed her in the street and I went up to her and said hello, and she was like, gave me some piece of advice or gave me a smile or a hug or took a picture with me or whatever. Like, if I inspire other people to greatness, that's what I want out of my life. Like, you know what? In the moment that I'm having a lull, I want to be able to look to that person to pull me up. Like, you ride in my draft, and then I ride in your draft. And then you ride in my draft, and I ride in your draft. And we can all go up together. Because Grant and I said, when we make it to the top, and there is no limit to that top, so we're always going to be going for the top. But we're taking you all with us. You got love in your heart, hustle in your muscle. You believe you can make a difference for the better in this world. If you believe you can make a difference for the better in this world, by doing the smallest little things, whether it's to the valet guy, to the grocery store person, to the lavatory lady, to whoever it is that you come into contact with, if you can make a difference and spread it out, then you have a friend in me, you have a friend in Grant, and we'll all do this together. So my New Year's resolution is to push myself to greatness, for not only for me, but for you, so that if I have a moment where I fall down, and I do all the time, that I can look to you on my Facebook, on my Instagram, to inspire me. When I see you working out in the gym, it makes me want to work out in the gym. When I see your successes, it makes me want to have successes. And that's what it is. It's contagion of awesomeness. Really is. It's a contagion of good things to happen. So I wish you all a prosperous new year. Much, much, much success, wealth with your families, your loved ones, and your financial life. I just wish that upon you, but I know that you're going to have to go out and take massive, massive action to achieve that. Grant Cardone's 10X Growth Con, I know for sure, will help you to achieve massive greatness, getting around power players like Grant Cardone, Les Brown, Kevin Harrington from Shark Tank, Frank Kern, Tim Story, Lewis House, Bobby Castro, me. I'm going to be doing my conference on building an empire and relationships. Gloria Banks, we have, the list is endless. Go to 10xgrowthcon.com if you're interested in actually moving, creating, and putting yourself into a room full of powerful people so that you can learn and get great or greater. Check out 10xgrowthcon.com. Robert, do you have anything to say about this one-on-one coaching before we roll out?
Yeah, we've got a few spots left for the one-on-one coaching with Grant.
And what is this? Yeah, tell me what it is.
Yeah, so it'll be here in Miami. You come down to Miami, and Grant's going to map everything out in your life and in your business, and he's going to show you how to take it to the next level, a lot like what you're talking about in the show today. And we have a few spots left before the end of the year. You also get Cardone University, which is Grant's training platform to increase your sales, increase your income, handle objections, handle anything that might be holding you back from getting the life and the income you deserve. And you get to get access to that for the entire year at cardoneu.com. I said life, Johnny boy. For life. You get access to it for life, and you also get the personal one-on-one coaching with Grant, and that's at cardoneu.com.
Okay, and hopefully this is Sherry approved, because Sherry is not in the office. Grant's COO, his chief operating officer. We do sneaky deals behind her back that makes her want to pull her hair out. But we do it anyway, because when the cat's away, the mice will play. Is that what the saying is? Good job, Robert. So thanks for watching. If you haven't already subscribed to GrantCardoneTV.com, go ahead and do that. It's a wealth of free content that will arm you up for the new year, motivate you, or educate you on any subject: real estate, finance, relationships, what else? Any entrepreneurial question you might have, any type of situation you can have can be found on mygctv.com. Okay, so subscribe if you haven't. Thanks for all the likes and shares on Facebook, and I'll see you next time. You've been watching The Grant and Elena Show.